Right, it should stay up now. It should stay up now. Sorry for that. So all the information I've given, it's Frugal versus Xbox Culver for the championship, and the gap is 20 points. As it's lights out, and away we go. With Frugal getting a great start on the Williams, on the McLaren of Wabha as they go round turn 1 and round turn 2. It's quite hectic at the moment. I haven't got anything set up. There we go. That's pretty much. There's a yellow flag already, and that's Gixie ending pretty much spinning out at the first few corners there at lap 1. It started already, so sorry if its commentary is a bit out of place, but we go on to the main straight for the first time on the sprint race, as there's the Mercedes of Culver that they're coming in. He wants to get the place, and they spin the title rival. Frugal is now going all the way into P15, P16 too. Oh my god, that is already looks like kind of a 2021 title fight, if you remember that, but kind of more hectic that is, as we have here quite some fighting going on also at the in the midfield. Harry gets some place on Zwift as well as Jolly Boy gets a place on the McLaren, but the McLaren wants to keep that place, and Visser stays in P9 at the moment. So the order after the start, we have AJ in first, then Mwapa, Baby Gadget, DK, Jordan, as we have even more chaos there. What is going on? As we have Chirp, Swift, and a lot of other cars. What has gone on already? It's a virtual safety car deployed. So at least we can come a bit down here. So, what has gone on? Pretty much, I have no idea either. All I know is two title rivals, Culver and Frugal, both making contact. Culver, though, basically is now running P6. He basically didn't have much damage from that. Frugal, though, ended up P16. Now he's made up 4 places from that. But that was a bit of, you can tell, 2021 style title fight, I guess. But yeah, safety car at the moment. We can come down a bit as we go through the grid. I haven't had a minute to breathe, pretty much. So we have AJ followed by Wapha, then Baby Gator, DK, Jordan up into P5, Culver, Luffy, Cryptic, Fizzer, Jolly Boy, Prodigy, Frugal, Gixie, you got Eben, Swift, Hawks, Stealth, Harry, and Chub. As we're going through the position gains, as you can see, Frugal lost 11 from that contact. Biggest driver who gained the most is Jolly Boy, but not many places gained. Usually we could see 10, 12 places gained, but here we see 8 places gained. As Culver heads into the pits, he may have a bit of damage as it's glitching out. What is going on? AJ apparently disconnect. I don't know what's going on in this lobby. The message is glitching out. But yeah. Okay. So new tire changes. We have Culver on soft. I couldn't see if he had damage or not. Chub on soft, Swift on mediums, and so is you got Eben on mediums. The rest of the drivers stayed out from P1 to P14. As the safety car is going in probably, as we have a crash in the pit exit. What is happening? What? I have no words, but somehow I don't know whether they were in AI or not, but they were stuck in the pit exit. Again. What is going on? Interesting. Anyway, AJ needs an invite back. If anyone is watching the stream, he needs an invite back into the lobby. But yes, looks like safety car is going for a few more laps. It's going to stay out for a few more laps. What is going on? I have no idea. I won't question the game, I guess. Prodigy, though, as the safety car is staying out for one more lap. I believe one more lap, probably two, though one, because the Haas and the Alfa Romeo are going so slow. Obviously, Swift cannot take an AI car. It's going that slow, but we have Stealth pitting for softs, and so is Prodigy. Yeah, it's quite a not a bad choice considering it's a sprint. 10 laps. In this sprint, safety car is going in at the end of this lap, most likely. Depends on whether the Haas of Yugood Abim and Swift can catch up to the pack. Someone is asking in the chat if they can rejoin. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone added, as I just basically stepped in for just this race. Since it was a finale, I thought, why not? Considering a finale is quite a big thing. But yeah, gap is quite small, and considering they've had an incident already, Culver pit for new tires, Frugal so gained the places back on Culver, but the thing here is if you make contact with your title rival and the gap is so small, then that's going to make it even more interesting and tense than it already is. So yeah, someone is asking to rejoin as they do so now. Safety car in this lap. AJ will control the pace and restart this race, although he's in AI mode, which means that Wabha could have quite a nice run here. But the focus is also at the midfield, as we have two rivals, 20-point gap. As AJ joins now, he has to be quick because his AI is about to speed up once the safety car gets back into the pit lane. So he has to be quick. Let's see when we'll go back to racing, as his AI goes now, and it's a green flag, and we'll go back to racing as there's another safety car. Oh, never mind. What is going on in this race? Is the lobby even normal? What is going on? Are you sure, guys, we don't need a restart here? Because it seems a bit too crazy, to say the least. But yeah, I guess we'll continue. Lots of people without missing a wing. I have no idea what's going on at the moment. But I can tell you, I was racing in another league previously, before joining, commenting in here, and there were some desync issues in that lobby too. So it may just be the servers just not wanting to work today. But yeah, we have, after that safety car restart, we have Lovefield leading from DK, from Cryptic, Cryptic who has a purple sector 2 apparently, from Jolly Boy, the two. Another Ferrari and McLaren going side by side and off track as well, as Wab has to give way to many cars as they make contact. What am I watching? No, I'm lost for words, really. I don't know what to say. As pretty much Wabha and Jordan are going to pit right now. I do think you need a restart, but if we're continuing, I don't think we're getting a restart, you know. It seems like it's pretty normal at the moment, so at least for them. So I guess we're continuing. Even though I don't know what I'm watching at the moment, but we do have quite a fight for. Oh god, what has gone on now? AlphaTauri and Aston Martin both spawn at the hairpin. Sharp now trying to make his way back. What is he doing? Oh my god. Maybe they're not restarting because this is a sprint, but the sprint counts in terms of points. And the two title rivals are currently basically close to each other. Very close to each other. But for the rest of the grid, I have no idea what's going on, to be fair. Bear with me, because I know it's not really easy to commentate 1,000 things going on at once. Yeah, probably the reason why they're not restarting is because there's a sprint at the moment, so there's going to be a 50% race. But the sprint comes in terms of points, so yeah. Fastest lap by Culver, it's at 125.465. The difference is of 1 lap on actually 2 laps, and different tire compounds on Frugal for Frugal and Culver. As they're trying to, Culver is trying to go to make the move on the Red Bull at the hairpin down the inside as it gets better traction, but the Red Bull is still there. None of them has the IS at the moment. Actually, Culver does. Sorry for that. Culver does, and he stays behind though as the Aston Martin of Prodigy is catching up as well. Frugal not having the best of times here, as he has to bear with faster drivers on faster tyre compounds behind him. Looks like the IS is helping him out here. So he goes down the outside at the next hairpin. The updated layout from 2021. Stays still side by side. Now Frugal lines up behind the Mercedes of Culver, and they keep waiting behind. At the top of the grid, not much is happening apart from close gaps, but the closer ones are here, obviously, as the title rivals are having quite a time here. Even though it's about to, the sprint race is about to come to an end, lap 8 out of 10, and it looks like Lotfi could be having quite a something to do with the Alpine behind. I don't think they'd be able to hold them off quite nicely as they go down the inside. Their teammates trying to do the same here as they open gas. Both of them going side by side. Waba sets at 123.933, I think, as he fastest lap. The Alpine of DK going down the inside of the Mercedes of Lotfi. They make the move stick. And about Culver going 3 wide almost, actually, like fighting with Harry and AJ, as Harry has been spun round, almost spun round, as he rejoins the track in 9th place. Lotfi has been dropped 1 place as Jelly Boy made the move on them. Culver is currently making up quite a nice amount of places. Prodigy made the move on Frugal, so it's quite live, this fight between Frugal and Culver. They're trying to make as many places as they can, Culver at least is, so they can, you know, run away from Frugal. Points count as much as this race was a bit of a hectic one, don't you think? Pretty much everything happened as Culver gets 3 seconds for track limits. Culver gets 3 seconds for track limits. Now, this is becoming even more interesting. It's not the main race yet, it's the sprint race, but it tells you a lot that these guys are going to fight quite a lot with, I think it is around 27, 29 laps at Abu Dhabi. Considering it's 10, yeah, it may be 28 laps Abu Dhabi. As Frugal going down the other side, he has to wait though behind the Aston Martin. They open the IS, trying to get as much slipstream as they can. As they get in slipstream off the Mercedes of Culver, they could make the move up and anytime soon on the Mercedes. Will they send it? No, they won't. They will stay behind, but the Aston Martin makes some contact with the Red Bull. What is this camera angle? They make some contact. And Frugal now has the DRS on Culver. Make a move, possibly the Mercedes. He has to wait behind though. Doesn't want to make the move just yet, but he has to think quickly because time is running out in this race. There's not much time to make a move. Culver sending it down the inside to make up to make it up into P5. Now it's Frugal turn, but he gets a bad exit, almost hits the barriers there, and Prodigy is back ahead of the Rebel driver. Swift also spins at the moment, and Culver gets an even it's more sensitive, basically gets 6 seconds total of worth of penalties due to extending track limits twice now, getting basically a total of 6 warnings that awards you 6 seconds of time penalties. And as we reach the last lap, pretty much, Culver is still ahead, but not by a lot, because the penalties are going to affect him quite heavily. Jolly Boy takes the lead, meanwhile on his teammates. Oh! What's good? Oh my god! AJ seemed like he turned in on Culver, and Culver is now out without any points whatsoever of the sprint race. He will start P18 on the race. Culver is going to start P18 on the main race. We'll have to make a lot of places to perhaps even be in contention of the title here. There's 20 points. The gap is 20 points. It's not a lot considering first place gets 40 points. So, well, good luck, I guess. As Jolly Boy crosses the line to make it an Alpine 1-2 in the sprint race from DK, from Cryptic, from Luffy, then Prodigy, Frugal, Harry, Baby Gadget, AJ, Fizzer, Stealth, Gixie, Stealth with a penalty. So, Gixie, I think, yeah, will stay behind, as then there's Waba, Jordan, Swifty, Swift Hawks, you got Abum and Sharp. But that has been a bit of, you know, hectic one, I must say. Other way around, Xbox took out AJ. Well, yeah, you can see it as that as well. But if that is the case, then that is even worse, because he DNF from it. It's not like AJ DNF from it. He got points. No, actually he didn't, but almost got points. And he's starting P9. Culver now has to make it from P18 all the way up to points and get this gap to be greater than 20, because the gap is 20 points. So whoever gets 21 points here gets the title between Culver and Frugal. I mean, even if it's the other way around, think on it that pretty much Culver ended his race even more dramatically. At least AJ didn't DNF from it, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, indeed. So now it's whoever, pretty much. I mean, Frugal did get some points, so the gap is even lower. But here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relights for the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi. Jolly Boy gets a great start, and in turn 1 we go. Actually, Jolly Boy gets dropped a few places. His teammate gets the lead. A few cars go wide as we go. in the next corner, there is a bit of chaos still happening up and down the grid. But overall, we're almost 5 wide as Frugal gets spun round now. Frugal gets spun round. He gets up into P18, and Harry retires from this race. It's a safety car again. Both Ferraris have crashed together. I don't know what happened. Baker gets 5-second penalty for colliding with Prodigy. Everything is going on again at the start. Our starts every day, like this all the time. Like. Well, not much changed in the grid order. Decay took the lead, and Jolly Boy, then Cryptic, Lotfi, Prodigy, Bakedget, who has a 5-second penalty for colliding with Prodigy under the safety car, AJ, Swift, Wabha, Stealth, up into P10, Gixie, Chirp, Hugo Abem, Culver, Frugal, both of them now basically close to each other, but both outside of the points. So this is gonna be tense once we have a restart here. Considering Frugal is on mediums, Culver is on hard, so Frugal should have the upper advantage here. Stealth pits from... Actually, does he have damage? Because he's pitting quite early. He doesn't even have war tires. He may have damage, I believe. No, he doesn't. He just wants to go long way. But Fizzer does have damage as he pits for mediums. And that's wars. Because there's 29 laps. And you have to pit again. We have a bit of complaints in the chat on this grid, but yeah, I mean, I don't blame people from complaining. Yeah, like twice in a row, and the start is like that. It's not really great, is it? But that puts, as I said, the two title rivals close to each other, on the way to get more points, as we have some dissing as well. Between Hugo Abem and Culver, I think it was this thing, or maybe it's just the has being disconnected. Safety car will be going in at the end of this lap, most likely. Should be having the notice from the race control now. Or it may be going in another lap, I don't know. Should be going in this lap. ASAG disconnects, probably has the sync issues as they were saying. I think the safety car is going in for one more lap. It's going for one more lap, probably. Yes, it is. Wait, because everyone had caught up. But yeah, so let me get the position changes up. Harry pretty much had quite a horrible end to a season. But then the person who gained the most out of this is Swift, and you could put Chubb on the same level, 6 places in any case. For the rest of the drivers, it doesn't look like there have been that many position changes. But yeah, we have DK followed by Jolly Boy, softs and mediums, then Cryptic on softs, Lotfi, Prodigy, Bakedget, as we have some more issues under safety car. Waba and Gixie having quite a moment there in terms of what it takes. Prodigy and Bakedget in 5th and 6th respectively, then AJ, Swift, Gixie, Wabha, Jub, you got Abem, Culver, who's trying to overtake a ghosted car, and now he's causing even more issues. What is going on? This race will be long if these things keep happening. Culver, Frugal, Jordan, Stealth and Fizzer hurry out of the race. But that thing we already knew. Safety car in this lap. Quite a lot of corners to go before we actually get back to racing. But we have basically DK, Cryptic, Swift, Gixie, Chubb and Yuga Album on subs. Then most of the grid on mediums and only Culver and Stealth on hards. Which means that Culver and Stealth could have the upper advantage here. But as we move towards the start-finish straight, DK will control the pace, and he goes in now. He speeds up now, followed by Jolly Boy, Cryptic, Luffy, and the rest of the grid. Pretty much, as it's green flag, we're back to racing. We already have some fighting going on between Culver and Yuga Album, as he has some disconnection issues. Frugal trying to go down the inside, and the Ferrari trying to get quite the place here. But he has to stay back for the moment. This isn't quite some yes. Down the outside line. He brakes later. There's a yellow flag. Prodigy has spun round. And Frugal still going at it. Those two still going at it. Despite Culver being ahead. Culver basically benefiting from this. As Frugal and Jordan going side by side. They make contact. Jordan gets sent a bit wide there. But Frugal keeps the place. Luffy also making the place on Cryptic. So is Wapha on Big Age. It's probably defending from him. But yeah, these two. Jordan has managed to make the place up again. Probably Jordan has not fresher tires, but probably better traction than the Red Bull of Frugal. Stealth is also probably could be cool tires too, you know. But Culver, all we know is that Culver is pulling away from Frugal, despite being on hards. As Fizzer gets the place on Stealth, meanwhile Chubb gets overtaken by Culver. Culver already running away from Frugal in hopes that he can at least get that gap. I think it should be for Culver. It should be more points now to gain on Frugal. For Frugal, less points to gain on Culver. Culver going side by side with Gixie, so is Luffy and AJ. I think AJ still is disconnected, probably. Gixie going so wide there, almost making contact with Chubb as well. He gets a bad line now. It's not really has that great line considering the Ferrari is catching up now. But they stay behind. Frugal trying to go to look for a gap there. Or Jordan almost spinning, so does Frugal. But they both keep it. Fizzer wanting the place here. He has to stay back for the moment, but he has better traction around the exit of that corner. Frugal not having the best of restarts right now, as his tires need to warm up a bit more to be functional. Yes, is enabled from this lap onwards. Now Fizzer is looking, actually not, looking to stay behind for the moment. Culver making even places now. So he's on the back of Swift for potentially P8. And obviously then will follow the rest of the places. Culver having quite a good comeback at the moment, as he's going down the inside, but makes the move happen even before the corner, and he makes it stick into P8. I think they make contact because Swift did go a bit wide there. Jolly Boy gets the place on his teammate again in hopes to be able to defend from Cryptic there. Wabha and Luffy going at it. His teammate, Luffy's teammate coming up very, very quickly now. So Wabach will have, Luffy will have quite some help there from his teammates. Looks like Bay Gauge it is. Catching up to the Mercedes of Luffy. Culver will have to wait a bit before he can eventually catch up to these two, considering they have DRS. Culver has no DRS. Jordan and Gixie going both side by side at the moment. And Jordan keeps the place. Both teammates, both Rebel teammates fighting at the moment. It's 3 wide. It's 3 wide. Can he walk out? Yes, it does. Frugal doesn't want to lose that much time though here, considering he has some interest in not losing time here. Culver is in P8 and Frugal, I think, make contact with Gixie. Gixie gets spun round. I don't think Frugal would have liked it if he was the one who was spun round there. But he's up into P12 now. He still has a long way to go before he can eventually get back up to where Culver is. And Cryptek actually getting something on DK, but they cannot make the move happen yet. It's a yellow flag as well. Someone has that moment, but Culver is up into P7 now, trying to chase down Bay Gauge. I think Culver at this pace could be up there into the podium positions. Self getting 3 seconds to track limits. Right now it's 2 drivers having penalties. Bay Gauge, let's not forget, he has 5 seconds for colliding with, I can't remember who, but he collided with someone under the safety car, and then Self has 3 seconds for track limits that you've seen. Now, so does Swift now. Swift gets 3 seconds for track limits as well, as we speak. That's Chubb going down the inside of Swift at the hairpin. He wants the DRS, he stays a bit behind. Jordan also closing in. Yes, what opened. Jordan is spectating this fight very much. They're going side by side. And Chubb gets the place. Will Jordan try and send it? He will. He will. Make a bit of contact. Bank wheels. Will Jordan stay ahead? Yes, he will. As Swift actually spun round. I actually noticed that now. Swift spun round. He's trying to get back on track, but he doesn't want to hit anyone. Oh well. Pretty much, not much, and nothing else happening apart from Hugo Abim. Oh, Swift didn't move, and he got disqualified. He was bitched. He was bitched, and I think, and he was disqualified from parking in a dangerous location after making contact with Jordan. Yeah, so he's basically saying what I'm saying. He was bitched. He couldn't. I mean, at that point, reset the track and just prove that he couldn't do anything else. Otherwise, if you stay stuck in track, you will get disqualified. If you stop on track, you eventually will get disqualified from it. As Swift basically discovered that. But yeah, at that point, I think if you bitch, you can actually reset the track. I mean, it's not your fault if you bitch. If you get spun round and you bitch, it's not your fault. Crypting going side by side with DK at the moment for podium position. He's up into P3. Jordan trying to make the move on Chubb, who is out of EIS as well. As his light is flashing there. Jordan looks to have more traction, more EIS to potentially make a move here on the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin goes into the pits, sees on the softs. Oh, and he misses it! He misses the pit entry! He almost crashed into it as well, into the pit barrier. He has to go another lap on the softs because he couldn't actually reverse into the pits. Oh well. He braked a bit later and he missed the pit entry. Well, too bad for him, I guess. That gifted a place to Frugal. Now he's close to Jordan. Gets what opened. But he waits a bit behind. Avoid making the same mistake that Jordan did a couple of laps earlier. Jordan is pushing though. He's trying to catch up to Luffy. And look at it, Frugal is not exactly that far away from Culver now. Just has to make those two places and then catch up to Culver. But Culver is on fresh tyres, considering he's on hards. Luffy not having the best of times right now as he's trying desperately to keep traction on his car and defend from Jordan as he's going, trying to look for a gap there. We're going side by side now. AJ loses the place on Cryptic as they both into P2 and P3. The K got dropped massively now into P4. Fizzer joining the party as well for P8. He's looking for a gap onto the Red Bull of Frugal. Yeah, he decides against it. Red Bull could be benefiting from Jordan making a move on Luffy as they actually don't, but they do have the IS. They're trying to make double move walk. Will they be able to? They almost off track there as he's trying to make the move walk. 3 wide almost. Jordan breaks later. He has a bit War's line, so possibly Frugal can get him, but he can't. Luffy loses the place on all 3 cars here. And Jordan pushing quite heavily now. He's got some straight line speed in that Ferrari. But not much on cornering speed, as you can see, Frugal closing in. Cryptic pits. Now, basically those 2 pits will have quite a nice run now, until everyone else pits, obviously. Cryptic and could end up ahead of Stealth here. Yeah, possibly yes. He does end up ahead of Stealth on fresh hards. They will likely be alongside each other. Stealth will have fresh warmer tires, so he will get him there. For now, the focus though is on Frugal trying to defend from Fizzer, but also attacking Jordan at the same time. I think Fizzer will have the best chance here though, but have to decide against it. They don't have much time to make the move walk. Since Wabha and DK going for the move here for P3. Culver now within a second to vacate it, so he's catching up to the podium positions. Frugal trying to make the move walk on the Ferrari of Jordan. Jordan making quite a good walk in defending from Frugal. He's losing him already 3 seconds lost from staying behind Frugal. He was 4 seconds behind. Basically, Culver had a gap of 4 seconds. Now he has a gap of 7 seconds. Wapha, DK and Bay Gaged all pitting, and so is Jordan. So is someone else. No. So just Bay Gaged, Wapha, DK and Jordan pitting for fresh tires. Wapha hards, DK mediums, Jordan hard, and Bay Gaged hards. So same for Wapha. So Culver moves into P3, Frugal moves into P4 from that. Now, what's interesting is the undercut, overcut strategies. considering the undercut should be more powerful here. At least I said should for a reason. Could be the opposite. There's still a lot of laps to go though, until we can decide a leader in the championship. Can't remember how many. If anyone remembers, how many points did Frugal get in the sprint? As AJ gets 3 seconds to track limits. If anyone remembers, could you please tell me? Because we need to make some maths like at the end of the race then. Frugal though does pit now. He gets 3 seconds to track limits for extending in the pits. That's quite a weird glitch. I've got that quite a few times. Gixie also pits and gets... No, actually Gixie doesn't pit. Gixie just gets 2 seconds on his own. Frugal pits and... yeah, shoot. Frugal is joining the pack in P13. So behind Jordan and everyone else. He will gain a few places here because some people haven't pitched yet. Prodigy has spun as we speak about it. And 13 lap all mediums. Wapa and Cryptic having quite a fight here. Oh my, what is going on there? I think Wapa has had... no, Wapa has stayed out of it. Cryptic, I think, made contact with Wapa and basically lost his entire suspension there. And now there's a safety car. Now this helps out Frugal that he pits. And he will jump a bit of places here. What happened? Both Alfa Romeos are now out of the race. And Jordan and Chubb get both get 5-second penalties for... oh god. Yeah, it's the thing that tells you overtake. And tells you just to... lots of people actually getting 5 seconds. Even Frugal getting 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. What is going on? Basically, it's that thing which tells you give the place back, pretty much. Some people couldn't do it, apparently. So Culver and Luffy both pitting. Luffy had quite a double stack there. Let's see if Frugal will gain any places here. We'll gain the place in Stealth and Luffy, possibly. I mean, Luffy doesn't have to follow Delta in the pit entry and pit exit, so he only gains 1 place and ends up in P9. Let me just have a look. So we have Frugal getting 5 seconds from ignoring yellow flag, Wapa and Culver having a moment as well. We have Jordan with 5 seconds, Turbo with 5 seconds. But yeah, that 3 drivers got 5 seconds from ignoring yellow flags. So I don't know what happened there exactly, but right now most of the drivers are on hards. Only Culver, DK, Chubb and Stealth on mediums. So Frugal have now, I think Culver and Frugal may be even now because Frugal does have 5 seconds. Culver getting overtaken. Culver disconnected. Did he? He just lost so many places. He just went from P2 to P5. Now P4. What is going... No, I won't talk because I have no idea What's going on in this race? No, you have to literally see this. I just think there's like... So to sum it up, DK apparently went from the podium to P9, Culver from P2 to P4. Now Culver has... What is going on? Culver. No, I can like, I shouldn't laugh at this, but Culver disconnected, DK disconnected, and you know what? You know, the AI thought that it was the good time to retire from this race. It's not like Culver retired on his own, because he's joined the lobby now. So he disconnected, but it's AI. Just thought to retire out of the race. Technically, Frugal has the title now. Unless they're restarting, but it's lap 17 out of 19, they'll have to make a 25% or 35. Otherwise, we already know who's winning the title, unless they did F as well. Then it's... No, they're winning... No, technically not. Technically, Culver will have the advantage in terms of points. Because Frugal only gained a few points, he didn't gain 21 in the sprint. So if Frugal DNFs, then I think Culver... I don't know how the championship standings are. I think Culver, if he's leading, then he gets the title. Otherwise, Frugal keeps it. Keeps it. And the safety car goes in this lap. I'll keep commentating, just in case. Jellyboy will control the pace on the restart. I don't know if we're restarting. We may be not restarting. I don't know, just to make it fun in the title fight, you know. But I guess it is what it is. And yeah, it's quite chaotic. Chubb also retires. Yeah, Chubb disconnects, and his AI retires. Alright, so it's an elimination race now. Whoever disconnects now, their AI will retire from the race. That's how it works. Nice job, Codemasters. It's a green flag, by the way. There's still a safety car, apparently. Right now we go back into green flag, and we're back to racing. Fizzer makes the place on stealth. I just have to warn them. Gixie going basically straight. Sorry for not commentating. I just had to warn them about what was going on. Gixie going straight out of the like the first straight. Jordan making some fighting with Bake Agent for that P4, possibly the P3 later on, but he has to stay back for now. Charlie Boy with a 1:55.762 fastest lap. Provisional fastest lap, unless... But yeah, Frugal at the moment is a champion. Unless he DNFs. So the race is still going on. 10 laps remaining. Actually 11, but yeah. Jordan is catching up on these two AlphaTauris, fighting for the life pretty much. But yeah, they should think about holding the rest of the drivers behind. Gixie on stealth as Gixie gets the place back, gets 3 seconds as well for getting for making a move on the Haas. As Stealth and Gixie going side by side. Gixie getting quite a bit line there. They make contact as well. He goes wide as well. Gixie. Stealth will have the chance now. He will probably get the move on them. Ooh, AJ getting... losing the traction almost from the 3 seconds for Bake Age at Benoit for track limits. Stealth hasn't managed to make the move happen on Gixie as AJ and Luffy and Fizzer both get all get 3 seconds for track limits. Yes, enabled. 10 laps remaining. I think now we'll see quite some fighting going on with US. And Jordan still spectating this fight between the AlphaTauris. And they will benefit from it, because they're losing each other time. And so they're losing each other time to the rest of the drivers behind them. As they're going side by side now. AJ breaking a bit. Jordan sending it again and to making contact again. We now have the IS again to try and make the move stick. Luffy trying to join the party as well. AJ losing both places, hitting Luffy there. And Jordan keeps both places. Luffy wants to make a move on them, but he will decide against it. Jordan is pulling away. Frugal looks like he is waiting behind. AJ is almost pushing Luffy there, considering he's on worse tires though. Oh. Yeah, AJ does want the place. He's pushing him at this point. Just don't be that aggressive. No need to, because you could also end up being DNF, and then you cannot complain on them. Frugal meanwhile going hammer time in the wrong car. He has a lot more years than AJ does. He could make the move happen anytime soon now. He waits behind for the moment. But he does have... He could make the move on both cars and eventually to get the podium position there. Charlie Boy has led this race every single lap so far. I mean, his teammate did get the place on him, but you get what I mean. Agent on Luffy's outside, they make contact. almost. Oh, they make contact, just slows Frugal down. Nice reflexes there. Yeah, Frugal doesn't want to actually risk anything here. Waba gets 3 seconds for track limits, so Jolly Boy and Prodigy are the only drivers without penalties at the moment. Big Aged also gets another 3 seconds for track limits. Frugal going down the inside at the hairpin, braking later than Luffy, and he gets the place. And on to Frugal now, and on to AJ now. He has the IS. Luffy trying to get the move as well. Luffy wanting the move as well, but Frugal has the better advantage here. Goes down the inside. AJ on the outside. They make contact a bit, but luckily nothing happens other than a small tap. And Luffy and AJ still going at it. These two will cause something very, very badly if they keep with the being that aggressive. Start racing, but at times it can be dangerous to you and the other driver. Yeah, AJ looks like he wants to get back to where Frugal is. So desperately. They should add a DS zone here in the main straight. Could be good. That way you have 3 DS zones. AJ very, very close to Frugal at the moment. Will he look to send it? No, he won't. He wants the S. So he opens the S now. He takes all the slipstream he can. But Frugal is burning the S. AJ has none. Onto the inside he goes. Makes the move stick, but he gets a Wars line. And Frugal will push him, but will now have a better line and possibly get the place back. Yes, he does. And so does Luffy. Luffy does have the S in him. Will they try to send it? Yes, he will. They go side by side and they get spun. Luffy gets spun. He immediately resets the track. But Luffy gets spun from AJ. I don't think he will like that, considering he will get possibly a penalty from resetting the track. I don't think they're restarting the race anymore. They could have, to be fair. Make it fair at least, but it is what it is. Now, it's true that if Frugal ends up with no points, then it could look very much interesting, but AJ now has nothing to worry about. It's just him and Frugal for the P5. With 6 laps remaining, the finale coming to an end, and a season coming to an end. I suppose this season has been quite chaotic as well. But all good things. I don't know if this season was good, but I would suppose all good things do come to an end, as we would say. And AJ doesn't get the best of lines out of the chicane. So now, Frugal has the advantage because he can pull away quite easily on these straights. Meanwhile, Frugal is catching up on Bay Gadget. Frugal does have 9 seconds stealth, now gets an additional 3-second time penalty for track limits. And Frugal does have 8 seconds, he could get 5 seconds removed, which could put him, I think, from this view, they could put him up into, I don't know if Jordan is getting that 5 seconds removed. Because in that case, he needs to catch up to Wapa to potentially get P3. But that is, we just need to see what happens in this race, I guess. As Wapa loses the place on Jordan due to the overtake from the Ferrari driver. Frugal is also looking at making the same thing happen on Bay Gauge though. And Prodigy and Fizz are having quite a fight here. So is Luffy. Luffy losing quite a bit of time now after that contact. This looks very, very close to Prodigy's Aston Martin. Waba looks to stay behind for the moment. Yes, because he does want the S, as I would have supposed. He does want the S from the Ferrari now. He will try to get the place back. Oh, the S wide opens for the McLaren. So he takes all the slipstream he can take. Through them with similar S. He sends it down the inside. Make a bit of contact and almost spinning from that. Waba will have to try again as he has the S again. Prodigy meanwhile making the move on Luffy. And they are still side by side. Bay Gauge and Frugal going at it. And Frugal keeps the place, it looks like. Luffy on the outside line. Trying to go for the switchback. Will it walk? Make contact. Almost losing it. They have to be really careful here. One not to end up in the barriers. Taking on the slipstream. But it still waits behind. Frugal and Bay Gauge was side by side for a moment. Bay Gauge has much better exit than Frugal. And make the move stick. And this looks like Frugal waits behind for the timing. Wapa is looking for the move on Jordan. And they make it stick, so does Frugal. But Frugal stays behind, has to stay behind. There's no chance for him. And Luffy as well. 3 moves into the same corner into one single lap. Okay, side by side, Luffy keeps the place on. Actually, makes the place on Prodigy. And Fizz is sending it quite lately. Make contact, they're losing time also to Luffy now. Not that much, but still. As it's penultimate lap, lap 28 out of 29. Jordan looking for the gap on the inside on Wapa. Yes, what opens. Should make the move happen quite easily here. And then make it stick. Will Waba look for the inside? No, he will wait behind. Playing it smart. Frugal also very, very close to Bay Gauge it. On the outside, as same as last lap. They go side by side, very, very close. Within the 2 Academy cars, pretty much same Academy, Rebel Academy. I don't know if ZRL has academies. And Fizz are looking to do the same on the Aston Martin Prodigy. Well, they look to send it like last lap. Almost does, but Prodigy learned from it and covers it nicely. Frugal gets an additional 3 second time penalty for trucking his zone. Now he will stay where he is pretty much. That was a very big mistake from him, because he could have looked to go up into P2, but he's already champion. Unless something happens. Last lap as well, so yeah. Wabha, if he wants to keep that P2, yeah, Wabha will keep that P2 anyway. No, actually no, he won't. He has to get 3 seconds on Jordan to keep it. There's a yellow flag. Jordan, Prodigy and Visa collided, I think. Also, Frugal and Big Aged going side by side. Big Aged stays ahead. Jordan and Waba going side by side as well. There's a lot happening in the last lap. But Waba won't get the P2 unless he gets 3 seconds ahead. Stays 3 seconds ahead of Jordan. Which won't happen because Jordan is likely to get that 5 second removed that happened under the safety car. Got that under the safety car, so. No idea what happened with Prodigy and Fizzer. But Jordan trying to send it at the last corner. It's Jolly Boy winning with quite a nice result, I must say. Winning the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix finale, then Waba, Jordan, Bagaged ahead of Frugal, AJ, Luffy, then Gixie, Prodigy, Fizzer, Stealth, and Yuga Abem. After all, the two Haas cars managed to stay in the race, and both in last places, but still managed to finish the race. Not bad for a finale. Was nice. So yeah, Frugal is basically champion of the world. As credit to Fizzer for that. It's also the right team to say that, unless we can say for this year. Frugal, you are champion of the world. But I do think it would have been interesting if it was restarted and Culver and Frugal would have had the chance to fight it out without Culver being DNF from his AI. But yeah, from that we have on the overall result we have Jolly Boy, Wabha, Jordan, then Luffy, Frugal, Big Aged, DK, Cryptic, Prodigy, AJ, Gixie, Harry, Fizzer, Stealth, Yuga Abem, Chubb, Culver, and Swift. Gonna get the results from both races now. And if you need the race director, it's right there. Considering it's the finale, may as well do that. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. And we'll see, I think, yeah, pretty much the season is over for Z1. I don't know if Z2 had already done its race, but yeah. quite a season, I would say. I've only seen one race from this season, but I think it's been a very, very good season. I know. It's up to you to judge. But, yeah. Guess I don't know how many other times I'll be commentating for this league. But, yeah. It was just a one-off for today. Maybe more. Who knows? Depends, really. Depends if I'm available. But, yeah. Normally commentating for another league on Sundays, so I had to drop that one just because it was a finale at Abu Dhabi. So yeah. Thank you everyone for the watching, for this chaotic and nice race, and yeah, that's all from me today. Bye, everyone.